Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ultimate beginner's guide for Icarus. Now, guys, my name's Luthais. I've played every single survival game that's ever been released on PC. And yeah, it takes a very, very special survival game for me to cover it or be interested in it. And yes, so far I am basically just covering Scum, and then it's almost impossible for me to ignore Icarus because I know that a lot of you out there love a PvE experience and don't really want to play with other people for various reasons. Okay, a lot of you guys just like PvE servers, and this is personally, in my opinion, the best PvE experience for 2021 and probably the foreseeable future. So, I'm going to cover 4 chapters of thought, okay, in this ultimate beginner's guide. And the first chapter is all about the mindset, okay? Before we get started, take your time and don't focus on the destination, okay? Enjoy the journey, guys. Icarus is going to take long to complete all the missions. It's got a fantastic sense of progression. It's got like achievements in game, okay? Instead of like Steam achievements, you get achievements in game. So there's a great sense of progression. You're going to level up to level 40, and by the time you hit level 40, patience is going to be your biggest strength, okay? Because it doesn't matter how hard the mission is. If you go into a mission and you already level 40 and you take your time to craft the best sniper rifle and to craft the best armor and just be patient, then it will enable you to experience everything that Icarus has to offer, okay? So the big thing is don't focus on a big base in the first missions, okay? The first mission I didn't do with any base, and the second mission I didn't do with any base, okay? And a lot of when you do the first mission, the second mission is where you just go, put down the satellites and then animals are going to spawn. So the biggest tip I can give you about the second mission after the introduction mission is to make sure you've got a bone arrows and a bone knife, okay, with a bow. That's all you need. Then then that wouldn't really be a problem. So don't focus on if you want to build a base, don't focus on a big base because that's going to get very repetitive for you. And what I rather want you to do is use a 3x3 system. So a 3x3 foundation, and then you can always, if you run out of room, you can always build a door on the side, okay, and extend it to another 3x3, okay, on the left of the base, or another 3x3 on the right or the back or the front, doesn't really matter. Or you can go up, okay, using ladders and stairs, you can extend your base upwards for more space, okay? But don't really focus on a big base in the beginning because it is going to become repetitive, and yeah, you're just going to spoil the experience for yourself. Unless you want to play with base designs, it's fine. Okay, now do not build an outpost so the animals can't get to you. Okay, guys, I've seen this with a lot of streamers and YouTubers, and I don't care if they do it. I'm just giving you my advice, okay? Do not take shortcuts in this game because you paid money for it. Games like Icarus doesn't come along every day, okay? So cherish every moment that you're enjoying the game. If you repeat missions just for the currency that you can use in the workshop, you are going to be repeating at least 35 missions, okay, in the game itself. And that is going to take a lot of discipline. So don't repeat missions just to get the currency, because all you're trying to do is get stuff that you can buy to make the game much easier for yourself. And then the faster you finish a game, the less value there is on that game. Like, I remember the first time I bought my son Diablo 3, finished it in a week. Okay, I paid quite a bit of money for it. He finished it in a week and then he was bored again. Okay, so just remember that it's your money, it's your time, it's your experience. Don't let other people show you how to break the experience for yourself and devalue the game, okay? Because the faster you're going to finish it, the less value you're going to get out of it. So enjoy every minute. It's a really great game, guys. Then, okay, yeah, I just repeated it. You know, a survival game is meant to be a challenge. You will become a much better player, skill-wise and mentally, if you don't always take shortcuts. Okay? Anyone that knows my channel can see how I play survival games, and that's because I've incorporated these things in my game. Okay, chapter 2, preparation. Okay? So we're just going to go play because I was very busy this weekend, so I could only play a little bit on Sunday. But yeah, so I did the first and the second mission, and I'm busy with the third mission. And we're just waiting for it to go through, yeah? Okay, guys, we're finally in. I'm just using a test character here because I've got a character on the Geo Survey mission, okay? So what I want you to do in the beginning is study the workshop, okay? Now, I've got the deluxe edition, so I got this cool suit for free, okay, which gives me a module slot, the oxygen slot, the water slot, and minus 5% perceived threat. But I still bought this suit, okay. I could have just researched it to open up these trees, okay, but I still bought it. I mean, the crafting, well, I crafted it for 25. Very important. Don't just, you can research something to open up the tree, okay? But don't just get something because it looks nice. Let's take this pickaxe. The damage is normal. The mining radius is normal. And the yield is only 15% more than a standard pickaxe. Okay, you can craft a much better pickaxe in game. So ignore, I don't care how much currency or how many exotics you collect. Ignore the screen until you have reached level 40. Okay, that's the best advice I can give you. If you want a better suit for yourself, you know, that's fine. You can buy better suits for yourself to make your life a lot easier. Okay, but don't buy these things unless you understand what's the best item you can craft in game and how much time it will take you to craft that item, you know, and then compare the damage. Like this knife. I'll never buy this knife, okay? This bow. Plus 1 ammo capacity, plus 50% arrow speed. If you look at the best bow that you can craft in the game, guys, this is just not worth it. What is worth it is this, okay? So the best advice I can give you is craft and focus on this first. Because this gives you physical resistance, cold resistance, heat resistance, and exposure resistance. And I'll write down all the armor values for you in the comments below, okay? I have tallied up all the physical resistance because every armor set has got 5 pieces. So I tallied up all the physical resistance that you get from all 5 pieces, you know, all the cold, all the heat, all the exposure, and whatever it gives you. So I just tallied up the total of every single armor set so that you can make an informed decision. But with my research, basically, you just want to go for fur armor. Okay, if you're scared of dying in the beginning, you can get that armor that you get in tier 1. Okay, I don't mind, but this is the best armor for all purposes: for the Arctic, for the desert, for the forest, and for the swamp. Okay, so this is a great investment. I would much rather. Okay, let's look at the cost: 250, 500, 750. 1,000, 1,250, 1,500, guys. And of course, I have to research one of this. 1,500 plus 1,000. Okay. Yeah, this is an awesome suit with all the slots. It's giving you all the slots that you need. Okay, heat resistance, and this one is cold resistance. Okay. I'll probably spend a little bit more time in the snow. I don't know, and I don't care about the heat, so I'll rather take this one because it's only the snow that really affects me badly. The desert doesn't really affect me badly because I can drink water constantly. So yeah, this is going to cost 2,500. Okay, currency. If any of you guys know, I know the bottom one, the purple, is the exotics that you're going to get later in missions, but the currency, I don't know what they call the currency, but in any case, rubles or I don't. Okay, it's the money value. Okay, so this going to cost you 2,500 for this great, for one of the best suits in the game that gets giving you all the slots, plus the best overall armor in the game. Okay, 2.5. Look at that bow. Look at that bow, guys. 2.5 for everything I just mentioned. For this thing, 1,750. And it's basically not giving you any major, like plus 10% damage. Yeah, that's nice. Plus 15% arrow speed. That's nice. But it's not giving me any bonus critical damage or any bonus damage. The bows that you can craft is giving you bonus damage, okay, and bonus critical damage. But this thing is going to cost me 1,750. So first thing I want you to do is study the workshop so that you can make informed decisions. So you're not wasting money and then later on in the game you're frustrated, okay, because you've wasted your money. Like I say, if you're extremely patient and just want to have fun and then learn from your first playthrough, because you're planning on doing a second and a third playthrough, no problem. But if you want the best experience with, on your first character, then these tips are going to be very, very important for you. I would focus on this immediately, and then I'd only focus on movement speed, because this suit's going to give you one suit module. This is a module, okay? And then you're just going to have to research this for very cheap. Yeah. And then all the movement speed is very, very important, guys. Yeah, that's nice. But for me, I'll just go for movement speed. Okay. Carry weight, 5 kilograms is nothing. Movement speed. That's what I want. 5% movement speed. Okay. And then I think you can, yeah, 5% movement speed is going to be good for me. But you can choose. All I'm asking you is to study the workshop before you make any decisions. And for me, this is the best route right from the beginning. Okay? This is going to make your life a lot easier. And then it's going to save you a heck of a lot of blueprints so that you don't have to craft, all the armor. You don't have to spend 5 blueprints on all the different types of armors for all the different places. Okay? Because if you go and craft now, if you go and research the fur armor and you research this cloth armor, that's 10 blueprint points that you spent, okay? And if you're this worried about dying, okay, then you're probably later on going to get armor for the desert, okay? And then you're probably going to want to spend points on this, okay? The only reason I'm going to get this composite chest armor, guys, is for looks, okay? It definitely just to have fun. But effectively, I'll rather get the carbon arrow because this composite armor is only better with physical resistances. It's not that much better with the other stats. Okay, it's got less cold resistance, it's got less heat resistance. It's just very good with physical resistance, and then the collision damage, which isn't important, plus 10% stamina regeneration, which isn't the end of the world. So I'm just going to get this for looks. Okay, let's move on. Study the blueprints. Okay, study the blueprints, guys. You've only got a set amount of blueprint points that you can use. If you're 2 or 3 players, you'll you'll be able to do all the blueprints, okay? But study the blueprints, take your time, see what route you're going to take, because if you just go willy-nilly and click on everything, then you're going to run out of blueprints when you get here, again, spoiling the experience for yourself and probably needing to start a new character, okay? So, yeah, plan ahead, okay? Don't waste any blueprint points or talent points. And if you play solo, start with the solo talents. So when we're going to talents here, if you're solo, complete this, okay? Complete this tree, first of all. And then you can go to the other trees. Then you can branch out to whatever you want. But if you're solo, this is just way too powerful. I mean, it's giving you extra. This is giving you 3 blueprints, and this is giving you 3 blueprints, okay? It's just way too powerful. If you're with a team, then you won't be able to use this in any case. And then you just go into different roles to make it better for yourself. But when you're with a team, guys, please, do not repeat each other's blueprints. Okay. I also want to craft a campfire. No, let your friend craft a campfire. Let your friend craft a bedroll. Like when me and my son played, he researched everything at the bottom. I researched everything at the top. Okay. And then at the end of the day, you'll have all the blueprints, because you and your friends won't take all the points here and all the points here. You'll choose which kind of base you want to, pump up, or what kind of base you guys want to build in the end. So you're going to choose either stone, or you're going to choose carpentry because it looks nice, okay? Or you're going to use aluminium because you're insane, and love grinding, or you're going to use concrete because it looks a little bit better than stone, okay? But do yourself a favor and research the blueprints. And again, don't repeat each other. If you're playing with 2 or 3 guys, you're going to be able to cover all the blueprints. Then it's very important just to focus on your talents, because it's very difficult to get all the talent points, okay? So when it comes to talents, discuss with one another. I'm going to do the repairing, and the tools. You do the building and the knives. There's a lot of talents here, so you guys are going to have to discuss that beforehand. Okay, now the most important thing in this game is movement speed, health, and stamina. Those are the 3 big things that you're going to focus on. Okay, so in the solo tree, it's giving you more health, more stamina, and more movement speed. Okay, and then a bunch of other great things. But then when you go to combat, doesn't matter what weapon you choose, the weapon is also going to give you movement speed. Okay, so if you want to run together, but all of you don't want to use the same weapon, then all of you are still going to have to take the movement speed for each weapon. So I'm running with a knife, and I can run 10% faster, and so that my friend doesn't run away from me, he's going to be taking skill points in the bow. Okay, that also gives him 10%. And then the other guy's going to use a gun, whatever the case would be. But you guys need to be at the same movement speeds to stick to each other, or you just, all of you just do your own thing and work better as a unit. That's completely up to you. But like I say, survival, more maximum health. So you can combine your solo tree with this, okay? More health, more stamina, more movement speed. Okay? Just more and more and more and more. The more health and the more stamina and the more movement speed you can get, the better. If you never want a piranha to catch you and you want to catch all those fish that normally get away from you, take the swimming speed. Okay? That's what you guys need to focus on. And then, a big thing, I'm going to link it down below, is the Icarus builds.com. Okay? I'll link it below. It's a website where you can plan your whole build ahead of time. And I'm gonna give you a link of my build that I'm planning on my playthrough. But you can create your own builds. And then very important, it's got a map. Okay, and the map is going to show you where all the caves are, which is going to make your life a heck of a lot easier. If you want to be a purist and go look for all the caves, good for you, okay? But personally, I don't want that to be the major part of the experience. I love exploration, okay? But I still enjoy, okay? I still enjoy knowing where all the caves are because a lot of them are very difficult to find. But if you're an explore freak, go ahead. But if you want to use icarusbuilds.app to see where all the caves are and to plan your builds ahead, then do it, okay? Then use the map marker. Okay, we're going to go in game now. Use the map marker. Like a lot of missions have got places where you need to go. So instead of running and looking, am I still running the right direction? Am I still running the right direction? Oh, damn it, I went left here and the point is right. Place a marker, which I'm going to show you now, on the point where you're going to, and then you can just always look at the marker at the top of your screen by your compass so that, again, you save a lot of time, okay? And then, yeah, at level 1, okay, so let's go to the blueprints. At level 1, I want you to take the knife, the bow, and the arrow. Level 1, knife, bow, and arrow, okay? The first priority that you have is to skip nighttime or to at least defend yourself, okay? Now, to sleep through the night, you're going to need a bedroll, but a bedroll needs 20 fur, okay? So you're going to need to kill animals. It's much better starting with a knife that you can skin the animal for its fur and starting with the bow and the arrow so that you can kill the animal. And you can kill an animal with a knife, okay? These are the only 2 items that I play with. Close range, I use a knife. At a distance, I use a bow or a gun. Okay, that's it. At level 2, I want you to take the fireplace, bedroll, and bandage. Fireplace so that you can cook the meat from the animals that you've killed. The bedroll so that you can go and sleep. And the bandage in case you get hurt so that you can heal that wound. And then at level 5, I want you to take the bone knife and the bone arrows and suture kit. Okay, level 5, I want you to take the bone knife, the bone arrow, and the suture kit. Okay? The bone arrow is the best arrow in the game, guys. Why do I say that? Because your stone arrow does, we're just going to look at max damage. Your stone arrow does 35 damage. Okay? So when we switch to the bone arrow, how much more damage are we going to get? Okay? Almost double, from 35 to 60, okay, is almost double. But now, if we go from the bone arrow, to, let's quickly see here. I don't really care what tier it is. There. To aluminium bolt from 60 to 80, guys. An aluminium arrow. I'm not talking about a steel arrow, okay? I'm talking about an aluminium arrow. Carbon arrow. 90. Okay? Just about a 50% increase from bone to carbon, which is going to take copper ingot, carbon fiber, 4 carbon fiber, guys, per arrow. 4 freaking carbon fiber per arrow, okay? So, what I want you to do is just don't waste resources on fancy arrows, okay? Just stick to the bone arrows, and then what will make the big difference, as I told you guys, okay, so that you can ignore the items in the workshop, is look at the compound bow. Plus 100% projectile damage. So it's going to take that 60 damage of the bone arrow and make it 120 damage. Okay? And it will take a 90, like the best arrow. Let's see, a titanium arrow. Yeah, again, also just 90. Okay? It's only going to take this one to 180. But it's going to take the bone to 120. Okay, but the bone is very easy because you're going to be killing animals constantly. So the bow is where the main difference is, because it's giving you plus 100% projectile damage. Okay, that's what you want. The other bows in the workshop did not give you plus anything projectile damage. Okay, and that's where the secret lies. Even the longbow, even the longbow is giving you plus 25% projectile damage. So the projectile damage just gets more, which is a damage multiplier on top of your sneak multiplier and on top of your critical multiplier. Okay, because when you sneak, you get an extra 250% damage. And then when you hit an animal in the head, you get plus 400% damage. Okay, so at the end, a bone arrow goes from 60 to 120 times 2.5 is about 300 times 4 is about, a bone arrow is going to do 1,000 damage if you critically hit an animal. But when you move to the bosses, you're never going to want to use a bow. Okay, as soon as you get to a boss fight, you're going to want to use a gun, guys. There's no debate about it. The best arrow does 90 damage. A rifle round does 3 times the amount of damage. Okay, it takes 1 iron ingot and 1 gunpowder. There's really no discussion about it. Okay, so you always want to go for a rifle when you take on a boss. Okay, so yeah, level 5, bone knife, bone arrow, and secure kit. Always take the knife upgrades, guys, because the knife, the better the knife is, the more damage it does. Okay, platinum knife, it does more melee damage. Okay, I never throw my knives, but it does more melee damage, and you get more from from skinning an animal. But the big thing is you always want to take the better knife because you only craft it once, and then okay, it does more damage, which is really, really important. And then at level 6, wood beam, floor, and wall. When it comes to base building, guys, I never want you to waste blueprints. So if you want to build a wooden base, build a wooden base, just use 3 points: the beam, the floor, and the wall. Okay, that's all you have to build. If you want to build a door, okay, but you'll still be protected from the storm as long as you don't put anything in front of the open door opening. You'll still be protected from the storm. Okay, so I just go for the beam, the floor, and the wall, and then I can sleep instead of using a cave. Now, if you want to waste a point, go there. Then after that, you decide what base you want to build. Okay, so if you never want a storm to bother you, then you always go for the masonry bench and you build your base out of stone. Okay, because storms can't, lightning, can't burn down your base, and then storms don't really damage your base that much. Okay, so stone and cement is definitely the best option if you never want to worry about your base when you go on a trip. Because if a heavy storm happens, you've got a wooden base, you've got some worries. You can, of course, make a lightning rod, but the lightning rod is going to break over time. Okay, so go for the wood. Me, I always go for carpentry, and you'll see in the build that I gave you, I've still got all the necessary points that I need. Okay, but I'm taking the carpentry base, which looks beautiful, and then I'm taking all the unnecessary decorations in the base. Okay, just to feel really, really good about my base building. But again, you decide what base you want to waste a lot of blueprints on all the elements. That's when you waste blueprints. And that's why it's important to research. To do research on your blueprints before you start playing the game, so that you can say, I'm definitely going for a concrete base, or I'm definitely going for aluminium base. I really think you're insane if you go for aluminium base. But even with my carpentry base, in my build, I did research the glass working bench, because I want to craft a jar for the best food, for one of the best food buffs. And then I want the glass beam, not really, but I want to get to the glass window for my beautiful carpentry base. I want to get to the glass window, and I want to get to the heavy glass window. Okay. So yeah, I'm just going. I really like that base. Aluminium, I think you're a bit crazy. And then again, yeah, you're just going for looks. The hunting rifle is your end goal, okay? To use with the rifle rounds. Um, it's got much better rate of fire. The pistol and the rifle that you get when you research the rifle ammo is very, very slow. So this is your end goal. Okay. This gun gives you plus 100% critical damage. Okay. So if you hit something in the head, you're gonna kill it very, very quickly. If you're fighting a boss, you're doing the most amount of flat damage that you can possibly do. Okay. And you can stay very, very far away from the boss because this rifle shoots very, very far. If you want to be like a crazy person, take the shotgun. Shotgun is fun, okay? But these are basically your only options. And then yeah, at level 7, repair hammer, fire whacker, and yeah, at level 7 you just want to protect your base from burning down because you took those 3 points in the wood building, okay? So you want to protect your base from burning down with the fire whacker. You want to repair it because the storm is going to damage it. And then you want to have a torch so that you can start looking at caves. Again, there's dangerous little worms in the caves, so take your time with everything. Okay, and then I think I'm going to leave chapter 3 and chapter 4 or my thoughts because I wrote down 4 chapters here, but I don't want the video to be too long. So in part 2 of the ultimate beginner's guide for Icarus, I'm going to be in-game, okay, and just showing you the most effective way on the ground to farm and fight, and just going to give you a bunch of tips that will help you to progress through the game very, very easily. Okay, so if you like this video, do me a favor and just click that like button. If you're not subscribed yet and you want to see future content on Icarus, because I am going to be finishing the game and I will be doing a final review, and I think I'll be playing this game right through next year as well, because I've bought the DLC, so I want to play on the future planets as well. Okay, and I do support developers that does something different. And I mean, this is like, for me, this is the adult version of the adult space cool version of Valheim. Okay, because I love nice graphics. So yeah, subscribe if you want to see future content, and I hope you guys have a great day. See you tomorrow. Cheers.